It's one of those topics that feels heavy just thinking about, isn't it? The kind of subject people rarely discuss openly, not because it's unimportant, but because it stirs up emotions that can be hard to confront. Cutting ties with family, going no contact, is a journey fraught with grief, confusion, and even shame. But sometimes, it's the only way forward. Let's begin with two stories that might resonate. Jennifer Aniston, celebrated globally for her beauty and talent, wasn't always seen that way, at least not by her mother. Despite her success, her mother, a former model, was unsparingly critical, particularly about Jennifer's looks. This wasn't constructive criticism. It was relentless, energy-sapping, and hurtful. A stormy temper and cutting remarks left Jennifer in a perpetual state of inadequacy, no matter how high she climbed. Eventually, she made the difficult decision to distance herself, leaning instead on her friends, her chosen family, for the support her blood relatives failed to provide. Then there's Drew Barrymore, whose story is even more haunting. By the time most children are adjusting to school, Drew is already navigating a world of broken trust and harmful relationships. Her parents' divorce left her adrift. Her mother, rather than providing a safe haven, introduced her to nightlife and chaos before Drew had even entered her teens. Addiction, depression, and institutionalization followed, with her mother's sporadic involvement doing more harm than good. At just 14, Drew legally emancipated herself, breaking away from the family that had drained her financially and emotionally. These stories, though extreme, underscore a painful truth. Family, the very foundation of our identity, can sometimes be the greatest source of harm. We're often told to prioritize family, to put blood ties above all else. But what happens when those bonds become chains? When love feels like a transaction or a weapon? Increasingly, people are rejecting the notion that family must be endured at all costs. They're choosing peace over proximity, self-preservation over tradition. Cutting ties with toxic family members isn't about being selfish. It's about reclaiming your space, your energy, and your life. The environment we live in isn't just the walls around us. It's the people who fill those spaces. When those people bring more stress, sadness, or anxiety than joy or support, the environment becomes toxic. Let's clarify one thing. Toxicity doesn't always announce itself with dramatic fights or overt cruelty. It can be subtle, like conditional love that shifts based on what you can provide, or the constant erosion of your confidence through criticism and neglect. Over time, it eats away at your sense of self, leaving you walking on eggshells, unsure of when the next blow will come. For many, going no contact is like flipping a switch on a relationship that's been frayed for years. It's not just about severing communication, it's about taking back control over your narrative. Yes, it's painful, especially when it involves parents. The grief of losing someone who's still alive, the hope they might change, and the reality that they won't, it's all-consuming. This is why so many people hesitate. The weight of societal expectations, the fear of being labeled ungrateful or cold, can make the decision feel insurmountable. But peace, true, undisturbed peace, is worth every moment of uncertainty. Interestingly, technology and social media have played a pivotal role in helping people take this step. By connecting with like-minded individuals, we're reminded that we're not alone. Friends, mentors, and even strangers online can become lifelines, offering support that our families might never provide. The concept of chosen family is one of the most beautiful shifts in modern relationships. Unlike blood ties, chosen family members are there because they want to be, not out of obligation, but out of love, respect, and shared values. This doesn't diminish the importance of biological family for those who have healthy relationships. It simply acknowledges that not everyone is so fortunate. If this is a choice you've made or are considering, know that it's not an act of selfishness. It's an act of courage. Reclaiming your life means prioritizing your well-being, even if it requires tough decisions. And for those supporting someone who has gone no contact, understand the depth of their journey. It's not an easy path, but it's one paved with the hope of a healthier, brighter future. Ultimately, the goal isn't to reject family as a concept, but to redefine it in a way that nurtures your growth. Family should be the people who lift you higher, who celebrate your victories and hold you steady during losses. If they can't or won't be that, you have every right to step away and create a life that allows you to thrive. Because in the end, it's not about cutting ties for the sake of it. It's about choosing yourself when no one else will.